So guys, first of all, welcome to the LG 2023 Home Entertainment event. The first thing I want to say is thanks to you all for coming and making the time to see the range of products that we've got tonight and hear from our presenters on the information that we're going to go through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce everybody. So starting with me, my name is Tony Brown and I am the Home Entertainment Marketing Manager at LG Australia. And on my right here is Gemma Lemieux, and Gemma is our Marketing Director for all of LG Australia. So after I speak, Gemma's going to talk to you a little bit about the great things that LG has been doing recently with our brand in Australia and also a little bit globally. I also have tonight Thomas Baker, our world-renowned technical presenter of all things television. Thomas does an amazing job all the time at explaining all of this fantastic technology that we have in the room, and I'm sure you'll get a lot out of his presentation later on. But we also have a special guest star tonight who's hiding up here. Do you want to come up and be in front for a little bit, Lucy? So everybody, this is Lucy Glade Wright. Lucy is the founder and director of Hunting for George. And tonight, Lucy is going to help us out by talking to you guys about the convergence that we see of technology and home design. So we've got a number of new products here, but it's really important for us to talk to you and show you about how they fit into Australian homes. So Lucy's got 15 years of experience. You wouldn't know it, but Lucy has 15 years of experience of creative direction, home styling, and just really smart person in terms of how to style homes and decoration and things like that. So that's the team that's going to present to you tonight. What we're going to do is hand over to Gemma in a minute, but then after that we'll do a bit of a video presentation. I'll talk to you about some key highlights of OLED. As I think you can see tonight, we're celebrating 10 years of LG OLED, both in Australia but also globally. So if anyone doesn't know, we were the first brand who actually brought OLED TV to the world, and we've been making it better and better ever since. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to take you, Thomas is going to take you on a presentation and explain to you some of the key differences between our technology and just give you some really great information about our fantastic range of products. Then you'll kind of find yourself down the other end of the room, and at that other end of the room, Gemma and Lucy are going to have a bit of a Q&A to explore in a little bit of depth about, sometimes there's a bit of conflict between big TVs in homes versus home stylists who sometimes have been known to hide them away, and we understand that. We understand that from a design perspective. But I think we've got some new products here tonight that actually start to make life easier for home stylists and designers that you'll see. So we'll be down at the other end for a Q&A session there. So I think that's me for the intros, and now I'm going to hand over to Gemma for the brand presentation.
Thanks, Tony, and so lovely to see you all tonight, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Many of you would have seen our LG brand vision, global brand vision, unveiled at CES earlier this year, which is amazing. Innovation for a better life, which really talks to life's good. And just last week we launched our really refreshed brand identity, which I personally think is a real, authentic, very on-brand positioning for LG, and it feels really true and right for the brand. It really brings to life our core philosophies, brand philosophies around customer experience, warmth, the power of smile, and that human-centric innovation, which has always been very true for LG and LG products as well. And we'll start to see this kind of manifest in the Australian market with a number of different activities. We'll see it through our amazing product innovation that really delivers on customer experience and personalisation, and also our renewed focus on the environment and community, which we've always been very passionate about, as you know. And also later on this year, we're really focusing on bringing to life the brand identity through a pretty significant campaign, really focusing on those younger generations in Australia that are becoming more and more important as they're emerging and becoming a larger part of the customer base. I spoke about environment and community, and we're very, very passionate about contributing to both and giving back to the communities we serve. And in fact, over the last few years, we've donated $1.9 million to those in need and in crisis, including things like the New South Wales fire and flood recovery programs, and also to organisations such as WISE and Good 360. And we're very passionate about that. It's a very important part of our brand and our overall company ethos as well. Our Local Legends program, over the last 3 years, since we introduced it in 2020, we've rewarded 44 individuals doing great things in the community. From 778 nominations, we've told 290 stories that have really connected with 25 million Australians. So we're pretty impressed with that through marketing and PR activities. It's a program that we're immensely proud of. Our recent partnership with Ronald McDonald House has also rewarded 11 volunteers as part of our LG Golden Hearts program. And we've donated $260,000 worth of home entertainment, home appliances and air conditioning solutions to really improve the environment within Ronald McDonald House. And our focus for 2023 is really around providing accessible solutions within Ronald McDonald House. And our focus for us is highlighting the fact that when kids are sick, I mean, it's devastating, but when they miss those vital connections with family and also their education, it's even more devastating for them as well. So our idea this year is to provide them products and solutions that really allow them to continue those vital connections with friends and family, and also continue their education as well, which is so very, very important. So as you can see, we've got a lot of great activity in 2023. It's going to be bigger and better than ever before, and we're super excited. I'm personally really excited to be part of the LG team. And I'd like to hand back over to Tony, who's going to give you a bit more of a rundown of the OLED 10-year journey.
Yeah, thanks, Gemma. And I hope you can see from that presentation and the information that not only is LG producing great products in the market, but we're also trying to do as many good deeds as we can as a corporate citizen. So what I'm going to do now is introduce to you a short video just talking about OLED innovation.
This year, LG celebrates a decade as the world's #1 OLED TV brand. LG OLED has been entertaining Australians since 2013. This year we celebrate 10 years of world firsts. Life is all about the experiences that technology helps to share. How we watch TV has evolved, and LG OLED has pioneered bigger, better, brighter viewing experiences. With a decade of debuting innovation, LG is the #1 OLED TV brand. Get ready to see what we do next.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys remembered some of those experiences you saw in that video. And really tonight, this celebration of 10 years of OLED is talking about 2013, when we first launched OLED TV around the world. The first TV that we had was 55 inches, it was curved, and it was only full HD in terms of resolution. Since that time, we've added on 4K, we've added 8K, we've made the TVs rollable, so they actually rolled out of cabinets because of the OLED technology. We've added HDR technology to give you higher dynamic range across the picture, and we've added better processors. And in the last couple of years, we've added in OLED Evo, which is really about pushing the panels of the TVs to give you the brightest and the best picture quality possible. And why are we making all of these innovations and pushing this technology? It's to give Australians the best possible experience in the home entertainment space. We do enjoy working for this company, and we're very proud of the technology and the fact that we set the benchmark in this home entertainment space, and we've set it 10 years ago, and we keep pushing it and pushing it. So we're very excited to bring you tonight the latest range of 2023 products. They're bigger, they're better, and they're brighter than ever before. And with that intro, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Thomas Baker to explain more.
Hey everybody, good to see you all. We're going to be going through our 2023 very exciting products, and my privilege is to walk you through them. And these products do set an incredible benchmark in the TV space. If you're in the market for a new TV, or you're looking to design someone else's house, I can give you a few hints tonight because we've got some very, very great products. And we're going to start it off with these models right here, which are the LG OLED range. And I'm pretty excited because these are redefining what a TV and a smart product can do. So we're going to start with this little one here. This is unlike anything you've seen before. Before you ask, yes, it's all one unit. It's not a screen attached to a stand. It is a complete unit. And this is the LG StadbyME. Yes, just like the song. And the StadbyME, it definitely deserves a place in every Australian home, because who's ever had that fight where you don't get to win or choose what goes on the main screen of the house? Yeah, okay, I think we've all been there. You don't want to necessarily watch it. This is definitely the perfect way to resolve that potential disagreement there. So the StadbyME is a smart screen that has wheels built into it. Oh yes. And those wheels in there will let you drag this, or not drag this on a great gently roll the TV from room to room. Depends how angry you are. From room to room, and so you can set this up, in your study, in your retreat. You can put it next to the bed. It's got a 27-inch, which is pretty big actually. Screen here for the techie guys, full HD, and if you forget your remote, it doesn't matter. It's because it has the touchscreen controls. It gives you access if you can't see from where you are. I can't make it rise anymore, but you've got all your apps, your Netflix, your Disney, your YouTube, everything you need to continue watching what you love. And so you could set that up and start watching, and it's got a battery built in. I'm going to unplug it. Ooh, almost took down the drink stand. It's got a battery built in, which means you're not even limited to the rooms of your house. You can take this out to the barbecue, the patio, the balcony, and continue watching. And I know a lot of people are pretty excited about how this could redefine entertainment in their space. Now, this was a very popular product during the pandemic in high density homes overseas, and we're really excited to have it now here in Australia as well. So that second screen looks good. You can jump in and watch all your favorite apps. I'm just going to quickly fire up Disney Plus here. I'm sure it is firing up. There we go, Disney Plus. Now, and that's great. Now, it doesn't just function as a smart TV screen. It's got inputs on here, so you can use it as a monitor for your workspace. You can also use it. A lot of people are using it as a screen for their as they're doing promos and events and plugs online. They can use it as a screen to do their demonstrations. And you can see it's a much bigger experience than a common tablet, but it gives you that picture quality you expect from an LG TV. Okay, so once you're in, you're enjoying it. It's still got a few more tricks up its sleeve. It's the ultimate way to socially interact. So we've got the iPad here. Tony's gonna do what we all should be doing now, and using our phone and tablet as a connected device, because these days with more and more apps in, if you could just hit one more.
Oh, sorry. Not a very good assistant.
There we go. Now we can just jump straight into our, our favorite social media apps, because everyone knows that we will social media while we're watching Netflix all at the same time. So you can do all that through here, and you can.
Bonus points for following Lucy's Instagram.
100%. I'm definitely impressed on here. And we can also take some style tips anytime. Now it's not just about that. If you can please fire up the camera app for me, Tony. I'm going to do it. And perfect. I'm going to do this with a tablet. Here we go. It's sat there very nicely. You can use it, with your favorite video conferencing apps, whether it's Messenger Rooms or, Zoom, and so you can have your video call. Obviously use your earbuds because this is where your microphone is, but you can maintain that conversation. There's no better way to see your photos, take the calls, and wheel this up, and almost like having another guest at the dinner table. it's truly a flexible product. And I think, you know, whether you're into movies or you're doing, you know, cooking tutorials, you know, this product can do so much.
I think one of the things about this product is I've got 3 children at home, and if I bought one of these, I'd have to buy 3 of them because they'd all be fighting over who's bringing them to. So hopefully that works out for us from a sales perspective. But yeah, it is a unique concept in terms of being a portable screen that you can go around the home with the touchscreen capability, the screen mirroring. I think there's a lot of uses. We're just going to touch on a few tonight, but a really interesting product. Coming in July to Australia, this one's priced at just under $2,000 as a new product coming into the market. As usually with technology, prices come down after that innovation phase.
100%. So I've just got cooking here. It's at a great height, so if you're a musician and you're practicing standing up, it's ultimate music stand as well. It does just exactly what you need, and we're really excited to bring it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Okay, now the fun begins as we move into bigger screens. This is the easel, and the easel is an incredible product that unites, you know, the brilliance of an OLED panel with exceptional interior design. So it's got this amazing function where when you activate it, the screen appears from behind the fabric cover. Tony's just it's the anticipation song. Okay, and as the TV is now revealed, you can see why we call it the easel. It's emulating a painting on an easel to show this incredible digital artwork which is built in. There is so much content in here. You can access and choose what you want based on the art gallery function here. You know, you've got curated modern art, you've got classic art, you've got moving art, there's animation, some really nice elements in here, and if you want, you can download more from the app partners in the product. Now you're probably thinking, that actually looks really good. What about, why does it look so detailed and almost like a real painting? Well, that's the brilliance of OLED products. With the fine detail, you can get all those brush strokes and the depth and the 3D feeling of the oil paint on the canvas, and that's what OLED will do for you. And it looks great with Netflix and all your other content as well.
I think this is one of the products that we think starts to address that challenge of, you know, big black screens in people's homes when they're turned off. This, when turned off, is a work of art, a piece of style. So I think Lucy and Gemma are going to discuss that sort of tension and that convergence later on. But I think that's a good example of showing you how a TV can look good in a home.
Absolutely. Yep, so that's it right near the top of our OLED range. It's available in a 65-inch, which is the most popular size out there, and you know, getting big, it has a wow factor, that's it. Good. Okay, so this next one here is the Pose, like Renee, it has an apostrophe on the E. And the Pose is a 55-inch OLED Evo TV, but it comes in this incredible form factor that like no other TV on the market looks. So you may not be able to see it from where you are, but we designed this TV as the ultimate like room divider / TV / pinboard to express yourself. I love it. It looks great from the front and from the back. And when you do see it from the back, you'll see that we've integrated. This is not a real book, but this is a prop book. And you can put in your favorite books or your records or your, maybe your kid's school report if you want to show off that kind of detail. But anything that you want to highlight, this is the ultimate shelf to display your favorite souvenirs. And so there's 2 shelves on the back of the product. There's even a spot where you can pin on some photos there. And that's one side, and the other side is the gorgeous OLED screen that we can see. Just looks so realistic and larger than life. And Tony, anything more?
Yeah, this product here is for sale in Australia at about $3,500. So a more accessible price point than the easel, which is just under $13,000. So these are the 2 products we're giving away tonight. So like I said, make sure you've registered your names and maybe you get these.
Does it come with free installation?
Thomas is volunteering to install the products to make sure that
I think we should. No, that's the two OLED models. We're going to move across to another product with yet a cool name. This is the OLED Flex. Now, you may be a gamer. Anybody here game? I'll accept smartphone games, board games. any type of games. Like some hands go out. Good on. I know some of you are lying because most people actually do. You know, even solitaire is a game. Candy Crush. You know, all of those. So if you are serious about gaming, this is the ultimate screen, right, Tony? This is
absolutely.
Combining LG's OLED TV technology, award-winning, in a 42-inch panel, which makes your Netflix look outstanding. But when it comes time for your data work, this has all the inputs to work with any PC or Mac. It works very well. And then when you finally clocked off at 5 o'clock on Friday, or if you're working from home, 9 a.m. I hope you didn't catch that, boss. You can activate the ultimate in gaming immersion. This is the part where the TV converts from a flat screen into a curved screen. Yeah. I'll actually.
Everybody see that in the back? Yeah.
I'm going to go back to flat there. There's two arms on the back that will force the screen into a curve, and it's quite an extreme curve too.
Yeah.
Why do we curve the screen, Tony?
To give you a more immersive feeling, Thomas.
Definitely. So if you know someone who games, guaranteed they've got a curved screen, because when it's gaming, it's all about your reaction time. And if everything is in your focal point, you can see and react faster. So the edges of the screen, as we curve it, will now bring these elements on the very edges out of your peripheral vision and into your focal point. And that could be the difference between seeing someone about to put you out of the game, to put it nicely, and strike first. So it gives you the best of both worlds, and it's called the OLED Flex.
I think this really highlights one of the key features of OLED TV technology, and that is that the screen itself is so thin that it's flexible and can be bent into the shape back and forth. So, as I explained to a couple of people I met earlier, OLED is all about lighting up every single pixel on the screen, either turning it on or turning it off. And the screens themselves are basically only as thick as $2 coins. We've actually got material holding up most of the other screens. It's one of the great benefits of OLED. It's why in the past we've been able to create a rollable TV that literally rolls out of a TV cabinet. As well as amazing picture quality, it gives you that flexibility. You'll see it in car dashboards. A lot of the Audi products, Audi cars have wraparound OLED dashboards with amazing picture quality and that flexibility of screen. So a lot of benefits of OLED technology.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. It's going to be launching in July.
In July in Australia.
And
our retail partners absolutely can't wait to put this into stores and be selling it to gamers who like to spend $1 or $2 on high tech.
Yeah, because when you're a gamer, the reason you lost is never your skill, it's always your equipment. All right, that's always the name of the game. Okay, so we're now going to move across to our sound systems here. Now, this is the C series OLED. Actually, guys, you might as well come across. Yeah. Plenty of room over here, and then just a secret, you'll be in the spot for the best view later, so keep that in mind. Now, TVs, have you ever seen the modern ones from the side, are pretty thin these days, right? The thickness of a finger is not unrealistic. So when you have a TV so thin, it is pretty hard to get good quality speakers in a TV like that. Not to mention they're usually pointing downwards. And imagine if I was doing the entire presentation looking at my shoes, you probably would need subtitles. So it's not the ideal way to get audio to you in rich quality. So that's why we encourage more and more people to buy a soundbar. And it's not just about for movies, it's also to be a destination for listening to your favorite music. These are Wi-Fi connected soundbars, and that means that whatever your preferred music streaming service is, you can send it straight to this soundbar, and it won't turn on your TV. It will just play the music in the background, and your phone now becomes a remote. Yeah.
let's
Okay, sure. So that's the new soundbar that we connect to our C series, and this is attached with a bracket. I'm just going to quickly. Don't worry, it wasn't at risk of falling. And so that's a nice, clean way to display it, the two together, and it can also be displayed when wall-mounted as well. We call that the Synergy bracket because it has two ways of display. Okay.
go to the G.
We certainly will.
Yep.
Alright, follow us across to this wall. Awesome. Okay, now OLED, it's been out for 10 years now, and every year, journalists and customers are excited about what is new and how far we're taking the technology. And for this demonstration, it's definitely better if you come across. It's okay from there, but it's not as good as it can be. So the two higher end series in our range are available in very big screen sizes. This is an 83-inch, which makes it a large TV, and this is a 77. And this is a C series and a G series. And we looked at the C earlier over there in a smaller size. Now, when it comes to going to the movies, up until maybe 5 years ago, that was the best you'll see a movie. It's the biggest, most immersive, the best picture quality you could get. But since we can now get something called 4K on our TVs through Netflix, Disney, and those services, you can now get picture quality that is better. I'm going to say it, and it's true, better than the cinema. And I think you'll agree that the quality of this is sensational. And there's no doubt that people are watching movies at home instead of going out as much. And it's a good thing for us. Now, when it comes to picking the ultimate home theater screen, whether you're getting a 42-inch or a very large screen, there is always going to be a step up in picture as you work through the range. And here we're looking at our C series, which is the most popular, but we've also got the G series, which has two very clever features we're going to talk about. The first one is gallery design. So instead of when you wall mount a TV, you would attach a bracket to the back, and then it adds like an inch or so off the wall, and it's not so seamless. We call this gallery design because you can actually hang it flush to the wall. And that means the TV and the wall, there is virtually no gap. And it looks amazing, like a painting hung there. And the next thing is, when it comes to watching movies, there's one term in our models that you really need to pay attention to, OLED Evo. And the G series has the full suite of Evo features. And that's what allows it to be a step up in brightness, viewing angles, and less reflections from rooms like lamps and overhead lights and windows. Then I think you can see as we're watching Tom Hanks in Fitch there that the G series here in all those white areas just is outclassing the C series by just a couple more steps, because actually this is our brightest, most realistic OLED we've ever made. And to be launching it at the 10-year point was probably planned, but it is truly a beautiful TV, and it is already being called, well, people online are saying it's the best TV they've ever seen, and it's a beautiful picture.
So these models have been launched in Europe and the US recently, and we're very pleased to see a lot of tech reviewers around the world are saying this G3 OLED, LG OLED, is one of the best TVs they've ever seen. So Thomas, what I might do, just in the interest of time, is keep moving. You guys are very welcome to keep looking at the rest of the range. Those are the key points. We talked through some features and things. As I think you're all sort of staring at these screens, they are just mesmerising in terms of their picture quality. The B, C and G are all mainstream models going on sale tomorrow in Australia. But the last thing we're going to talk about here today is the world's first wireless TV. So this TV here is a 97-inch LG OLED M3 TV. It has the same panel that's on the wall that Thomas just talked about here, but the key difference with this television is that we've taken all of the brains of the TV and the processor out, and we've put it in this little box here, and this box is not connected to the TV in any way by wires. It's actually transmitting the signal to the screen. So there's actually a sample unit here sitting on the table. I might try and lift it up.
Oh, yeah, hold it. You can.
Yeah, do you want to hold it? So, don't drop it, please. So that is all of the brains of the TV, and it is transmitting the picture on that screen in 4K at 120 hertz to make it look like that. So why did we do this? What is the benefit of taking all of the brains out of the TV? It's because we're going to let you put the TV screen wherever you want in your lounge room. So if you have an aerial at the other side of your lounge room, or your Xbox is over here, or your PlayStation, you can put it all over here on the side, and you simply point this aerial that's a bit movable on the top here towards the TV, and the signal will be pushed to the television screen. So this one here is actually working, and it's just a short distance from here to there. It can be within 10 metres, has to be in the same room, should be pointing towards the TV, but once it's in there, you can walk in front of it, your dog can run in front of it, and it will keep pushing that image to the TV. So all of that amazing picture quality wirelessly transmitted to the screen. And like we said, so this is available 97 inch, 83 inch and 77 inch in the second half of this year. And we're only expecting to put a price premium of around about $1,000 on top of this G series TV. So for a little bit more, you can have that design freedom to mount your TV spectacularly on a big wall and have your all your components, if you like, in another part of the room. So guys, thank you very much for listening to Thomas and I talk about this amazing technology. Now what we're going to do is hand over to Gemma and Lucy to have that conversation, a Q&A about this technology and how it does fit in the home. You've seen some examples over there, and Lucy and Gemma are going to explore that.
Is that working? Thanks, Tony. I have with me here Lucy. She's founder of the interior destination, Hunting for George. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We're so thrilled to have you at our home entertainment launch. Just to set the scene for our little chat today, it's safe to say home is a space where we can really express our own personality and style. We fill it with the products and experiences that are reflective of our own personality and our own style. And I guess with the rise of the colour theme, eclipsing in 2023, it's safe to say as well that Australians are looking to ensure that now more than ever that their home is really reflective of their own personality and their own style. And what this has meant is a real change in the demands on form and function within the home, and also the technology that forms part of their everyday. So Lucy, what are you finding as the key interior trends that are really influencing Australians and some of the technology within those trends?
Well, thanks for having me. First of all, Australians are great at interiors. I think we have great pride over our homes and design, and I really do think that Australians have some of the best homes and design in the world. I think given the last few years when we're all forced to spend a lot more time at home, coming out of that, we demanded a lot of our home, but that stayed with us. So I think we still expect our home to be a lot more for us and to do a lot more things. But as well as just a home, it needs to feel very personal and like this private oasis and a cocoon. And TV is a very important part of that. It is a focal point. And designers like myself hate to admit it, but the TV is a focal point, and it's about how can you actually seamlessly integrate that, be smart about how you integrate that into your home. So what I'm seeing a lot more is that people are choosing their TVs first. It's very a TV first led design before they go on and design the rest of their room. So whether that be custom cabinetry, rooms that are really dedicated to the TV itself. It's that idea of, you choose your appliances in the kitchen before you go and design your kitchen. The same is being said for TVs, because I think people are being smarter about how they integrate. We want to create this incredible immersive entertainment experience without actually knowing there's a TV in the room. That's the end goal.
Absolutely, and I think the same can be said for our soundbars that integrate so nicely with our TVs. In fact, our flagship soundbar, when paired with an LG TV, unlocks a feature that allows sound to be emitted not just from the TV speakers but also from the soundbar itself, which is a nice immersive experience for consumers, but also a nice collaboration between technology and design.
Yeah, 100%. I think sound's really important to elevate that experience. And also, I guess, the wireless technology that the guys were talking about before with some of these LG products, OLED M products that we've got. As a designer, all the projects I work on and all the ones I've seen, it's about hiding cables, it's about trying to be seamless, it's about thinking about your PowerPoints to be functional, yes, but how can they be out of sort of sight? So it's about concealing everything so everything's camouflaged and invisible. You don't want people to walk into your home and understand how it works. You don't want people to see how it fits together and how it's all connected, because when it does work, then it's just going to be all that more impressive.
Absolutely, and I guess the M series, as Tony mentioned earlier, is exactly that product. So consumers are flexible in where they place the TV, and can have total creative license on where it sits, and they're not restricted by power or any other elements. They really can have it wherever they have the TV wherever.
And now I just need a space that's big enough.
I know.
Yeah. Designing your house.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think that that's exactly our intent with that product. And how are you finding the fusion between technology and design? How is that coming to play?
I think it's really important to achieve harmony within design. I think whenever you bring something into a space, it needs to be an honest reflection of your personality and your home and your interiors. You don't want it to be too forced, like you're trying too hard, like you saw it on Instagram and you thought that looks great, I'm going to chuck it in my home. You need to actually think about how you're going to use that product, and is it a good representation of what you need and what you like and what also exists within your space. And so I think with that, TVs, from what I've seen tonight and from the different ranges and from the designs that are on offer, it's much like choosing a TV is like choosing a couch or a piece of artwork now. It actually is a bigger decision than what something is it just going to go on the wall. There's more choice there. And noticing before, so with the LG Pose and with the easel, they have this wonderful sculptural feel to them. So they almost do act as that, almost choosing like a piece of artwork. So they're offering something quite similar to the two of them, but two very different homes. So the Pose, what I like about that, the fact that you can walk around it's got that double-sided capability. You can style up that back, like Tony mentioned before, putting photos on it or whatever you wanted. For me, that's when I think, well, then it doesn't have to go on a wall or a corner. That could be in an open plan space and act as almost like a room divider. It has that capability. It's not this sort of ugly back of TV that you're trying to hide. Whereas the easel, it's far more refined. It's larger. It's got premium fabrics with the quadrat fabrics upholstered. So that, for me, it's very elevated. I would see that in a very grand contemporary home. So two very different, and also different price points as well, but that's reflected, I think, in terms of their form and how they look.
Absolutely. I think those two products in particular, the easel and the Pose, certainly allow for consumers to be quite creative about where they place those TVs. And they can really play with them. They don't necessarily have to, they can be a room divide, as you were saying, or they can place them in unusual places and have a little bit of fun with technology, which is so nice.
Absolutely. Yes. And I think at the end of the day, the way we consume media now is so different to how we used to consume it. It's not just one TV in a living room which we all congregate around. We're all used to watching a show in the living room and then maybe picking it up later on your phone and then maybe finishing it off, whenever in a different room. So the home actually, I think we've all gotten a bit lazy because media is so smart now. Like it just follows you around and it's so intuitive. And so these TVs actually reflect that a little bit, in that you can actually make it work for you a lot more. And the idea of multiple screens, people want multiple spaces. People want their home office. They want a breakout space for exercise, for yoga, for work, for play. So that idea of having multiple rooms is really important, but if you don't have the space, that StadbyME product is quite genius, because not everyone can dedicate the secondary living space to the kids. A lot of homes do, and it's great if you have the space, but if you don't, you can create a little mini cinema for your kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a very unique product for the Australian market. Incredibly flexible in portrait landscape, being able to move it around and shape it and take it wherever you want. So it can follow you, and you can integrate it into your kitchen or your bedroom, or it can be personal viewing. So it really plays nicely into that kind of personalisation piece, which is.
I like it for a personal trainer. I was
Yeah,
like, because I work out at home with my yoga mat and my
Yeah.
little small iPad. I'm like, well, that would be way better.
I know.
Far more immersive to have a personal trainer yelling at me through that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other product that I love is the OLED Flex. The ability to, it really transforms from a work day through to a movie or that immersive gaming experience, which, you know, also works very well into that kind of customization, personalization piece, which I think is coming through more and more in the marketplace. Yeah, I think that's it's one of our more incredible products in our product range. Well, it's absolutely amazing. Like some of the great insights that you've given us tonight have been really incredible for us, and understanding how our products and technology really form part of design, and how important tech is in that design space. And you've given us some great insights into how Australians are really influenced by those kind of key insights, and also design and technology in their home as well. Well, that forms the end of our formalities tonight. I'd like to say a big thank you for everyone for attending our Home Entertainment 2023 launch. We're here if you want to ask us any questions.
Thank you.